"A spoonful of sugar helps a medicine go down." This quote, which was made popular by Mary Poppins in 1964, suggests that a small, enjoyable element can make an unpleasant or difficult situation more palatable. It's often used metaphorically to describe how positive reinforcement or a pleasant addition can help something difficult to swallow, whether that be literally or figuratively, go down. I believe that WindBreaker Season 2 is the epitome of this concept. WindBreaker is an anime series that follows Sakura Hakura, a new lonely first-year high school student at Furin High. In this world, Furin is known to be a school for delinquents, and on top of that, it has a notably bad academic reputation. However, along the way, Sakura meets the members of Bo Furin, an organization within the school comprised of student delinquents who all act as the protectors of this town. Sakura seeks the school out in hopes to find other tough fighters and fight his way to the top. He sees the world through a lens of strength, and that whoever the strongest is will achieve ultimate power. On paper, the series is a typical high school delinquent anime, but throughout its run, it's revealed to be so much more. In Season 1, after Sakura is introduced to the school and is established as someone who sticks up for others, he is roped into a conflict with another school. This conflict leads to a classic tournament arc style matchup of fights between the two schools. It's during this arc that WindBreaker first reveals its hidden layers of depth. It's worth mentioning that WindBreaker has gorgeous animation and great attention to detail within its fight choreography. Each fight is accompanied with a thorough backstory of boys trying to fit into the culture they find themselves around, often manifesting in toxic expressions of masculinity. On paper, this series would be perceived as a battle-shonen with really good fights, but just beyond that is some of the most unique storytelling that I've seen, especially in this genre of anime. The antagonist school is led by a character named Choji, who rules with an iron thumb. His mindset is that if you aren't strong enough to win your own fight, then you don't deserve the respect of him or others. Choji's character explores themes of envy, ambition, and the nature of power and how it can corrupt. He starts as a figure of intimidation, but ultimately undergoes a transformation as he confronts his own flaws and the reality of his own leadership. Season 1 is also exploring the idea of masculinity through the lens of our main character, Sakura, who at the start of his journey seems to have been indoctrinated with very problematic attitudes when it comes to masculinity. He is uncomfortable sharing any feelings. He is incapable of being vulnerable and is ready to physically attack anyone who insults him or his status. Despite this, he is immediately surrounded by other boys his own age that reject this outdated philosophy. The members of Bo Furin easily share their feelings and insecurities with no fear of judgment from one another. They are a shining example of men being emotionally available without sacrificing their identity of being masculine. There's a quote from a documentary that I found to be very impactful called "The Mass That We Live In" that says, "To eradicate male violence towards women, we've got to raise up a healthier generation of boys that become men, that learn how to be emotionally connected and respect other human beings." This series has adapted that perspective and absolutely ran with it, as it works to break down the walls surrounding our main character. Season 2 hits the ground running, throwing our characters into another conflict with a neighboring school. This time the narrative is less focused on its commentary of corruption of power, but shifts the commentary to that of the power of community. After their conflict is resolved, Sakura has to confront his feelings of shame that he wasn't able to lead and protect everyone on his own. He has to learn that by not relying on his friends around him, he is actually insulting them. That true power is found by not only lifting up the people around you, but by leaning on those same people to then lift you up as well. In Season 2, we also get a glimpse into Sakura's home life, and it's revealed that he lives alone and with almost no resources, adding layers to the mindset that he enters the story with. We still haven't gotten much of his backstory, but it's clear that Sakura has never felt accepted or loved like he does in his new Byofurin community. Slowly but surely, we are seeing Sakura's barriers fall down as he starts to accept the love and care from his friends. In Episode 5, we are introduced to a character named Tsubakino, Furin is an all-boy high school, so it came as a small surprise to see a character that represents very female. Tsubakino has long dyed hair with pronounced eyelashes and wears lipstick. They also wear a skirt to school as opposed to the typical pants. Upon meeting Tsubakino for the first time, it seems that Sakura may be uncomfortable with their presentation. We see him flustered when Tsubakino starts fawning over Yumamiya, the leader at their school. But it's quickly cleared up that Sakura is just uncomfortable with any display of romance, implying that Sakura sees Tsubakino for exactly how they are presenting. I've got to say, it's really beautiful to see this type of representation in a story about fighting where all the characters are all considered to be delinquents at an all-boys school. To have a character like Tsubakino, who is bright, bubbly, and embodies feminine qualities, surrounded by a community of men who accept them for who they are, feels powerful. Episode 6 gives us their full backstory, growing up feeling drawn towards more feminine media and interests. We see a young Tsubakino exhibit feelings of self-hatred for not being a normal boy. It's not until a local older couple who defies societal norms takes Tsubakino under their wing that they learn to accept themselves for who they are. We see the value of community displayed through this couple that shows Tsubakino that gender norms are arbitrary and that they celebrate Tsubakino for doing what makes them happy. The end result is a radiant character whose beauty leaps off the screen and quickly becomes one of the coolest characters in the story. This series has so much to say that I'm only scratching the surface in this video. This show presents itself as a tough battle-shonen anime for young boys to love, and under that, it's densely packed with deconstruction of gender identity, masculinity, friendships, and community. I wish that I grew up with a series that was this progressive within its messaging, and it's my sincere hope that this series finds as many young boys as possible. As Mary Poppins would attest, the gorgeous animation and fight scenes are the sugar that helps the medicine of progressive, positive representation go down just a little bit easier. As Mary Poppins would attest, the gorgeous animation and fight scenes are the sugar that helps the medicine of progressive, positive representation go down just a little bit easier. WindBreaker is a shining example of how media and representation can truly make a difference, and I can't wait to see what else the show has to offer in the future. But yeah, that's going to bring this to a close. I just wanted to have a quick chat about a show that's really just been blowing my mind. Since season 1, I've been really interested in the show, and I've had a really good time watching it, but I didn't necessarily know how to approach talking about it. But with how season 2 has just really exploded off the screen, it made me feel so many emotions. I had to sit down and get something out. So let me know what you think of WindBreaker. What do you think about these themes? Are there themes that I'm missing? And how has this show impacted you? I really want to hear what other people have to say because I don't know enough people that are watching this show in my personal life. So I would love to get a conversation going down in the comments. If you have any feedback or anything to share with me at all, please, I welcome it. I am trying to grow this channel. And if you have any ideas on how to help me do that, I would greatly appreciate it. As always, my name is Darius, and remember that I love you.